Groups which work with the victims of cyber stalking say efforts to tackle the problem are being delayed because internet service providers won't take action.
The Network for Surviving Stalking says that the police, the Home Office and the Crown Prosecution Service are all doing their best, but service providers aren't fulfilling their moral responsibilities. Well, the ISPs say there's little more they can do. Keith Dole reports.
Abuse, threats, detrimental comments about the way I look.
For 5 years, Elle received a relentless barrage of abuse, insults and even death threats from a complete stranger online.
I just love stalking you and bullying you on different websites.
So this year they actually say, I love stalking and bullying you.
Yeah, they seem proud of it. And they were sending me 30 messages, 20, 30 messages a day. There were messages that they were going to hire a hitman to come and get me. They were going to cut my throat. Really obscene messages.
Elle's work meant she had to be contactable online, but she never replied to the messages and continually blocked the sender. They simply changed their profile and continued to track, abuse and threaten Elle and her family.
I constantly reported it to the police. I didn't feel I had the same support that somebody would have if they were stalked offline. It was very much turn the computer off, you know, change your name online. I kind of felt the support wasn't there, and that's what was more upsetting because I felt very trapped and like nobody could help me at all.
Her abuser was eventually arrested and last week received a fine and a restraining order. Groups which support victims of online harassment say it can be anything from low-level abusive messages to orchestrated campaigns where a person's reputation can be destroyed. There are few statistics, but they say it's a huge and growing problem that needs to be tackled urgently.
What we need is for the government to set the agenda that online harassment will be taken seriously, so that the police take it seriously and therefore business is forced to act.
The police say every force now has a dedicated point of contact for harassment issues, while the government says it is taking action. This autumn it will meet with organisations and victims of stalking to develop a strategy. But one of those groups working with the police, the Home Office and the Crown Prosecution Service say they are missing a vital link.
We need the internet service providers to come on board. They need to take moral and ethical and corporate responsibility for what is happening to the millions of customers that they make billions out of.
The internet service providers say they simply provide the service. They can't police it.
Many people assume that internet service providers can do more than they actually can. It's like asking the police to put a speed camera on every stretch of road in the country. It just can't be done, and it won't work. Internet service providers are there to help the charities and government find solutions to this, and we have been talking to them for many years. Unfortunately, expectations from other parties seem to be a lot higher than what's actually achievable on a technical and sort of operational sense.
Elle has now given up the career that kept her online. She hopes the harassment is stopped for good, but fears without an online policing body, there will be many more victims like her. Keith Doyle, BBC News.